Hi guys, how are you? We're back for the match reaction to England's game against Poland, where they won 2-0 on the night at Wembley last night. I've got my good old friend Talk Man U in the building. How's yourself, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Just working and stuff and doing stuff in the background. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, like we said, we're considering doing just going to touch a little bit more about Claude. Is that we were thinking about doing a montage sort of compilation of his best ever lines, moments, arguments, you name it. And I've been asking loads of people whether it's a good idea, should we do it or not. The message I'm getting, unless Golden Bansters and AFTV, they really don't want to. But yeah, we will do that. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get that, and we could share it not on this channel, but across all channels, Football Terrace, everywhere. So that the whole community is together saying thank you and rest in peace. So. Yeah, Atomic Puppet, nice to see you back in the chat. How are you? Yes, hit the like button as usual. Barkov, yeah, I just got back from hospital, so maybe talk after the stream about channel stuff afterwards. Yes. So in the 1-2-1 on a night, and from what I could gather, you weren't too impressed.
Not really. I mean, it was a good result. You know, that's 8 out of 9. I think we've won now against them. So, you know, I think it was always favourite for us. We were going to win the game, but good goal by Maguire. Good. I mean, well, I say good winning of the penalty, but you know, it was good movement and everything else by Sterling to get in there and get the penalty. But overall, if we really want to challenge, you know, for anything major again, I mean, you can see that the lack of concentration at times, and this is all a mentality thing. They need to be able to switch their minds into, you know, Premier League mode. You know, so they're fully 100% concentrated, because you can't, you know, some of these players ain't going to be doing the things that they're doing in an English shirt in their own shirts for their clubs. And this is what Southgate needs to try and address, because otherwise it's just going to be another failed attempt. I mean, I'll back them all the way.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
Oh, who's that?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks.
Hold on.
Yeah, just finished that.
I'll back them all away.
And let's just let Claude, the Talk Man U finish. You're confusing me with that name. Just put Talk Man U next to it.
Yeah, I just thought, you know, I just thought.
Yeah, I understand. It's just sometimes I'm going to come out saying Claude for some reason. I don't know why.
But you know what? Because he's on your mind, mate. He's on everybody's mind, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
And he will be for a long time to come, because.
But one thing's for certain, he's always in our hearts.
What?
Yeah.
He's always in our hearts. That's the end of it.
Yeah, definitely. He'll always be in our hearts.
But yeah, you were finishing.
Yeah, so I always back England all the way, and it's just so frustrating.
It's so frustrating to pass the weight, Claude.
What's that?
Are you talking about Claude instead?
No, we're talking about England.
Oh, England then. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. The England result. What do you make of it, Luca?
Well, I didn't really watch the game yesterday, but the thing is, what I will say is about the result. I think it's quite a good result, but John Stones making that mistake, I think it was a bit disappointing that we didn't keep a clean sheet yesterday, and I thought we were all right. I thought Harry Kane got a penalty. I thought he scored a good penalty. Harry Maguire scored a really, really good goal. And to be honest, I didn't really watch the game that much yesterday. And the thing is, what I will say is, I think it was a really, really good result. England are on the pole position of trying to. Well, they're not quite there yet, but are in a good position to qualify for the next World Cup, which is good. And but the thing is, we always seem to get an easy group. We don't seem to test ourselves. Don't get me wrong, Poland are not a bad side. They've got some good players. They've got Lewandowski in there. They've got Milik. They've got the likes of Wojciech Szczesny as well. They've got Fabianski, who's had a good season at West Ham. So they've got a few decent players, but they were missing their target man, and that's how we managed to win the game, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, for me, it was I don't get it. And obviously we've now played all 3 games, and we'll be we played all 3 games now, and we're playing defensively against San Marino, we're playing defensively against Albania, and we're playing defensively against Poland. Now, being honest, Poland don't have Lewandowski either, right?
No.
So why the hell are we playing defensively? Why are we playing a double? Hang on, let's forget Poland, let's forget Albania. Why are we playing a double pivot against fucking San Marino? What the fuck are they going to do?
What I don't get is why you don't need to play defensive against San Marino, okay? Excuse my language, people, right? You don't need to play fucking defensive against San Marino, because San Marino have not won a game in 17 years, and they've probably never going to win a game in their lives again, which I feel sorry for them. But at the same day, they're not a football team; they're just a part-timer. So I look at it thinking, why would Gareth Southgate? Yes, he put a weak team out last week against San Marino, and England only won 5-0, which I think is still disappointing in my opinion. But why would you go defensive against a team who's not won a game in 17 years? And then against Albania, it wasn't the best performance in my opinion, but England it was a comfortable performance, but it was quite boring. It wasn't an exciting game. And then I don't get it, man. I think Gareth Southgate, don't get me wrong, I think he's a good manager, but I just feel he makes weird tactical decisions sometimes. And why would you go defensive against the worst team in the world who hasn't won a game in 17 years? I don't get it.
Good
I just
question.
don't get it sometimes.
Good question.
Talk Manu, what do you think Southgate needs to change? Just quickly go to the
He's eating his crisps.
No, he needs, like I just said, he needs to get the players. Obviously, he needs to look at the formation and stuff like that. But it's, for me, if you watch how they play, if you watch that game back, you just see how the lack of concentration, the dillying and the dallying, the indecision in what they're doing in terms of a pattern of play. There isn't any of that there. I can't see it. It's just far too hesitant. And
do you know what I see? Now, it might be in my geography, in which case I do forgive me. But when I see England, I see Arsenal. Indecision, dilly-dally on the ball, playing safe, not taking risks. Right?
Yeah, very similar.
I see the same thing. Very, very passive. Just not really urgent. No urgency. No desire. It just doesn't feel like England want to go out and pummel a team. Yeah. You know, like how the Arsenal of old would, like, you look at Arsenal in the training in the old Highbury tunnel, and you're like, oh shit. Right? They look like a team that, like, oh well, we've lost, and you lose them because you're in that tunnel. Now these days, you don't get that with Arsenal, and I think it's the same with England. England could quite easily go out there with the talent we've got and pummel a team, right? But then they just don't. They don't feel like. This is why I feel like it's also a confidence issue, because we haven't won anything in so many goddamn years. I just feel that for their clubs, they've got all the confidence in the world to do it for their club. When it comes to their country, because of England's and not so much success, and only one success in the World Cup in '66, they feel like they they're not they don't have the confidence to feel that they can achieve something with England. Can you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, but I think when you talk about confidence, it's like I've been thinking about this, and if you think about the confidence they have for their own clubs, the club sides, playing in the Premier League week in, week out. I mean, I know it's the weight of the shirt and expectation and everything else, but even so,
it's also the pressure. Look at the media and how much they pressurise, especially the youngsters as well.
Yeah.
You get someone. Remember how much pressure he had. He was only just what? He went into the Euros in 2004. He only just been discovered in 2003 by Everton. Look at the pressure he was thrown into.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, we know the media. They're there. They're waiting with their swords
Theo Walcott
to take your head off. You know what I mean? But
Theo Walcott is another one. Shaun Mike Phillips.
I think what helps when you're playing football is when you're like really like confident in what it is you're doing in training with the coaches, and you're comfortable with the role that you're being asked to do. It makes it so much easier to, you know, go out there and be confident in what you're doing, and then push forward and do your absolute best. But when you've got a team like that of all the individuals from the Premier League, it is a difficult task to get them to. But I think there is, you know, Gareth Southgate can if he gets them, if he just instructs them and, like, you know, orders them to move the ball quicker, just do things quicker, be more decisive in what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know, it's. I think that helps because it doesn't give you the. I always say if you've got too much time on the ball, you will unless you're a number six. If you're a number six, right, a defensive midfielder, then you can have time on the ball. You've been working the space and you've created yourself that time to have a quick look around and have a think, right, where's the best option here? But when you, apart from that, the other parts of the team need to be, you know, they don't want to be taking too much time on the ball because it just causes, again, it's actions and reactions. You know, if somebody gets the ball in the deli and somebody's already in their mind made up their decision in their own mind, yeah, he's going to get that. He's got that ball, so I'm going to make a move now. And you make the move, but they hold on to the ball. You're like, what are you doing? You know, so you have to come back to another space. So you've lost what you were thinking he was going to do. So it's all, you know.
We're just going to run into some of the comments as well. So some of the comments, what we got here. Harman just tweeted about Man City. Wow. I bet it's an April Fool's joke.
Rumours that Haaland on Sky Sports is in Barcelona apparently.
Yeah, be careful because it's April Fool's Day, so be worried. There's already, Marvel's already tried to get someone with that Wenger's coming back to manage. What is it? Who is it? Norwich.
Accrington Stanley.
No, it's Norwich. I think it was Norwich City. He said. Really? I think.
And Aguero being linked with us. That's fake.
No, actually, there was rumours before that.
I don't want Aguero at the club anyway. So.
Yeah, I know. Whoa, hang on. There were rumours. No. Do you know why? I agree with him. Do you know why? Right? There's a reason Aguero's not performing this season. He's on the fucking bench or on a medical bed. He's not fit. He's not. He's not.
Can I say?
I'm sorry. Hang on. Wait. He's getting too old now, right? You can see it. That's why Man City are looking for a replacement. If he was still playing on the pitch and scoring goals, right? Man City wouldn't sell him. They are selling him because he is now getting to a point where he's getting too injury prone and it's too expensive. So Arsenal, right? Knowing how stupid we are, we love buying fucking rejects that are at their retirement age, right? So they're trying to see it as like a cheap option to get rid of Lacazette. I'm sorry, Aguero. They're not giving Aguero another contract because he's not fit, right? That is why I don't want him at the club. I'd rather get rid of that and keep Lacazette. I'd rather keep Lacazette because at least he'd be playing on the pitch.
Yeah. But even so, what's he going to cost you? I mean,
yeah, but I'm
you
sorry,
Yeah, but
but we
it's
can't.
like-
It's the wages as well. We can't afford that. We can't. We just had this Özil situation. No, it looks like we could have a Aubameyang situation the way it looks like. So, at what point do we now just say stop doing this, right, and focus on youth? You keep going on. Everyone keeps going on about Arteta and his lovely process, right? Well, buy young players to fit the process.
That's
Don't
exactly
buy
what
has-beens that are going to last 2 years.
That's exactly what I'm going to actually say. Because can I say something about that before anyone speaks?
Yeah, just before I was going to get through these comments before.
Yeah,
I'll let but big up to Steve and the other guys. So, against San Marino, scoring just 5 out of 31 shots, and then Albania, a country that gave us dog shit Xhaka under just 2-0. Then a bit lucky against Poland. Take the reins off, for fuck's sake. That's a good one. That's one of the comments of the show already. So we need Will Jones. Yeah, hang on. So we would then beat every time home for City as well as Chelsea. Yeah, go on, Luca. Go on.
Sorry. The thing with Sergio Aguero, and it was exactly the talking points what I was going to talk about. The thing is with Arsenal Football Club is people saying, "Oh, trust the process with Mikel Arteta," right? I'm not being negative or anything, but the thing is, people saying trust the process with Mikel Arteta, saying, "Oh, we should buy these players."
Behave, will ya?
On 200 grand a week, right?
Sorry, so we're saying trust the process.
Yeah, William is on 200 grand a week. Aubameyang's on ridiculous money as well. We just got the Ozil situation. We can't be buying Aguero, okay? Because the thing is, he's injury prone. You've seen Manchester City are looking for Haaland and other replacements as well, and Harry Kane. So why are Arsenal Football Club buying players and they're saying that obviously Arteta's come out and said that obviously saying that we're starting to move forward as a club. We're not moving forward as a club. We're buying players.
What are we moving forward?
We are buying players who are good for
We never got out of first gear.
We're not moving anything. We've not got out of first gear. Okay, it's like for example, you're driving a Formula One car, for example, right? Okay, and the thing is, you're not moving anywhere, yeah?
No. It's the cars. No, it's like this. The car seems to be working, but unfortunately, right, it's lost all its electrical power, the power unit. So it's only got 600 horsepower, not 760.
Where's that? Whoa, what's all that noise?
Well, come on. Sorry,
Can't hear you. Yeah, I just need to look to the gents.
Yeah, sorry. What I was going to say is literally like a power unit of an F1 car where you've got the engine side that gives you 600, but you've failed on the electrical side which gives the extra 160. So you can't keep up with everyone else. So we don't approve.
Aguero's the answer. I don't want Aguero. He's not better than Aubameyang. No chance. Aubameyang's way better than Aguero. I'm sorry, but he's better than Aguero.
No, Luca, you're talking rubbish.
No, I'm serious.
No, Aguero's better. Aguero's been much better.
Of all time, yes, but now Aubameyang's better than Aguero.
Really? Because I swear Aguero's got more goals.
Yeah, but Aguero doesn't hardly get the games.
Yeah, but if he scores more goals and hardly gets less games than Aubameyang, what does that prove? It's more clinical.
But would you take Aguero now?
If he was going to come on in certain situations and score goals that Aubameyang hasn't done, yeah.
Wow.
At the minute, because Aubameyang is dog shit.
He's going from strikers like Timo Werner. Yeah, okay, Werner missed the sitter against Macedonia. Yeah, I get that. But still, he's young. He's 25. You need to be going for the 25, 26, 27-year-old strikers. You can't be going for 29.
Anyway, back to England. And by the way, everyone, please.
Smash it! Really helps us out. Thanks.
Yeah, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go and check out Luca's life as well. Go and subscribe to them now.
Thank you very much.
Get them to 800. And yes, you can't compare them now. Aguero is injured a lot. Yeah, he's injured a lot, but like I said, that's why Arsenal should not get him.
By the way, I might be having 2 Liverpool fans coming on tomorrow, so if anyone wants to DM me about it.
Is that 1892 Red Podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, they're both of them are coming on mine as well.
Yeah. I've got one at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, mine. I organised. I said that, and I said I managed to squeeze it and switch it around for 4. So I managed to squeeze it in. So because I've got loads of shows to do tomorrow. I've got F1 stuff and football stuff to cover. So, but yeah. So we're gonna get to the player ratings now, and rate everyone's performance, and also give your man in a match. Obviously Nick Pope in goal. What are we giving him?
Who wants to go
Sorry, I'm
first?
back now.
I didn't really watch the game, but
I'd say it's a
Actually,
7.
sorry. Nick Pope? No.
Why?
Did you see that? Did you see that incident? I mean, I know with John Stones played him into
I
trouble,
forgot. Sorry, that's poor.
but
That's
he should have. He should have, like, if you do that in training, you know, and you're that close and you're not that comfortable with playing the ball out,
Launch it.
you know, then launch it sideways if you have to. Give him a throw in. Get everybody back for the throw in.
Yeah.
Do not, because let's just imagine that was the. I know it's hypothetical, but imagine that was a World Cup final. And he did something like that, and they went and scored and beat
We
us.
get to a World Cup final. When's that?
Next Pancake Tuesday, I think.
Do you want me to use my favourite analogy I'm using in a minute?
Well, go on.
No, I'm not saying it, but you know what I mean. Like, if you've seen my other ones, you know what I mean. I'm using France. I'm telling you, it's even worse for England, man. It's even worse. Like, I can even go even deeper into that one if you really want to go down there, but we'll leave that for another day. Yeah, I'll give him a 4.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Luca?
5.
Okay. I think 2 against 1 here, so I'd say 4 because that mistake was. Right. I think might hear help on the lineup because I'm forgetting. So, Reece James, was he on the right back or was it Kyle Walker? Actually, I'll bring the formation up.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
England
Dara.
versus Poland.
Dara.
Oh, gee. Honestly, I'm trying to be professional, right? And she's shouting.
Go in your bedroom.
I can't.
Oh, wow.
I've got no space in my bedroom. It's where my play seat is. Jesus Christ. My bed is not. I ain't got exactly a massive house, you know.
Try
Right. Yeah. So we had Nick Pope in goal. Carl Walker on the right. Carl Walker. Just gonna adjust the audio on this. Why does it keep doing that? Bloody cunt. There you go. That's better. Right. Hi, happy footy. Nice to see you. Decent game. Enjoyed it. Well, mate. Honestly, it was not decent. Carl Walker. Yeah, Carl Walker. What are we going for? Carl Walker. Talk menu.
5.
5.
Yeah, I mean, considering, like I said, what I said, I think, yeah, I'm going to be going 5s around all the board, really.
Right,
Give
I'm
Harry
sorry.
Maguire his 7 for his goal.
Yeah, let me just get to I just want to go to just gonna try and message. Oh, you sent another? Yes, boy. Thank you. I'll get that sorted and promoted now. Oh, as soon as this finishes. Where's Charlie? Just gonna quickly send him this. Right. I'm gonna move to John Stones first. John Stones. 3. And that's being generous. I'm sorry. People might say, "Oh, he got an assist." Why? You headed the ball down. Well done. Right. Did you hear the weak excuse Dixon gave that Stones couldn't pass back to Pope because? Oh my life!
Dixon, man, what are you saying? I'm sorry, if that was you, I was David Seaman, I would be shouting at you saying, "What the fuck are you doing?" Right? Honestly, it was simple. All you had to do is head the ball or take a massive heavy or just pass it first time. That's all you had to do. And then Pope would have had the time to launch it.
Yeah, but he didn't.
No, he did. Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, right, with Stones on the ball, if he had just passed it straight away. Oh no, that was the first incident where I think we nearly where Pope ended up making that mistake. And that's where I said I wouldn't be so harsh on Pope, because that's mainly Stones' fault. Right? Stones did not pass the ball straight away. That means Pope had no time on the ball. If he had passed it straight away, he would have time on the ball to get it, launch it. Whereas the second incident, Stones, oh my God. I'm sorry. I don't care if he got an assist. 3 is being generous. So, yeah. Decent. Walker's shit decision making. Trying to be optimistic, hopeful we win the Euros. We ain't winning the Euros playing like that, mate. Trust me. Maguire. Harry Maguire. What are we giving him? I'll give him a 7.
7. Yeah, 7.
Like, he was the better out of the 2 defenders, and he scored he scored the winner. So can't ask for more, really. You can ask for more, but there you go. Keep a clean sheet. But he can't help it when he's got an idiot next to him. Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell, where is he?
I don't think he was that great either, was he? Again, yeah, 5.
If I could find him, that is. Where is he? I can't find him.
I mean, we have to be honest with ourselves here. When you're trying to prepare to go into a major tournament to try and win it, and you do this kind of display,
Who said 5?
you have to be harsh. Yeah, you have to be harsh.
Yeah, you got to be harsh.
You know, you can't sort of decorate this into something else, something that it wasn't. So,
yeah. So we got 2 for Stones, 7 Maguire, 4 for Chilwell, and another 3 for Stones. So I think we're on the right lines here. So yeah, we're gonna go for in the midfield. Declan Rice.
to be honest, I think Declan Rice did actually have a decent game. So I'd put him with 7 on 7 with Maguire.
Where is he? I'm trying to remember whoever he is.
Declan Rice is there, near the next to Luke Shaw.
Next to Luke Shaw.
I can see him.
Yeah.
There you go. There.
Situation as you see it in terms of...
Right. So, what are we saying?
I'm going to go 7 with him because I thought he wasn't bad at all. Plus, I want him at United.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips. What are we giving him? Can you turn that off, please?
Yeah.
Calvin Phillips. Yeah, I don't know. 5 or 6 max.
Yeah, I don't think he was good as. I don't think he was good in the midfield as Declan Rice. Mason Mount next. He was all right. He had a decent game.
6.
6, bang average.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'd say. And then we've got Sterling. Right. Yeah, we've got Sterling. What we're giving Sterling?
6, 7.
Yeah. What are you saying, Talk Manu? Talk Manu?
Gone, mate.
I'll go 6 and 7 then. Then we've got Phil Foden. I think he had a pretty decent game as well. Wasn't great, but decent.
Sorry, I,
Like
had my
six
mic,
for
I
me.
didn't realise I had my mic muted.
What did you say for Sterling?
Yeah,
Then?
Sterling. I said 5 or 6 because he did sort of get the
Yeah.
penalty, and it was a
I'll
penalty,
put that.
and he
I'll
did well
put
to.
that as same with Foden as well. Kane 7. Got the goal penalty. Didn't really. It's not one of his better performances. Let's put it that way. I don't think anyone's excelled in that game. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we've got right substitutions. Jesse Lingard. Oh, sorry, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm alright. How you doing, mate?
Yeah. We're okay. We're bearing up. We're bearing up, mate. They're bearing up. Jesse Lingard. Can someone please turn that off? I'll not ask again. Thank you. Say who you giving? What are you giving Lingard, mate?
I don't know, maybe 5. Okay. Came in a bit late to really have
Yeah.
an opportunity to have an impact on the game.
Yeah. Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin. What are we giving Calvert-Lewin? I'll give him. I'd say again, bang average. Didn't really have much impact on the game. I don't think any of the subs really have too much of an impact, to be honest. Same with Reece James. So yeah, they get all 6s to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, those are the player ratings for England. And so yeah. So what do you make of the result, mate?
I mean, obviously it's 3 points, so it's good. It's good for England. It's always good to win. I think they were very lucky that Lewandowski couldn't play
Luca,
in the
can
game.
you please turn that off before I bring you back in, please? Go on.
Yeah, I think we're lucky that Lewandowski wasn't playing. I think it would have been a completely different game. I think England were better in the first half. Were quite shocking in the second half, but it was strong to get that last goal, you know. And sometimes with the national football, it won't always look pretty, but the wins matters.
Yeah. I think obviously the win matters. We get 3 points on the board, and obviously with the qualifiers, you've got to finish first. You want to just get straight into the Euros, but we should be doing that anyway from this group. Look at it. We've got Hungary, we've got Poland. I think Poland are our biggest threat, and I mean they didn't have Lewandowski, and you can see they weren't. I think even with Lewandowski, they'd still been struggling because I think that's the only highlight they got in their team. So, these teams we should be just wiping aside, and it should have been about a 3-0 comfortable evening, I'd say at least.
Yeah,
so,
I think we need to stop playing from the back.
That's not being arrogant. That's just looking at it from a realistic point of view.
Yeah. I think one of the issues that I saw is that Nick Pope, he can't play from the back. It's not his strength. And I think if we were playing against a team that would press us higher in the field, England would struggle a lot. I mean,
that's where I feel like we need that option. Is that instead of playing out from the back, I'd rather. This is what I'd rather when you play out from the back, and this is what Arteta doesn't do. Sometimes there's a situation where you just launch it, get it out of the way, and
especially when you have big guys like Kane in the air, you have Declan Rice. I mean,
You know what? When you're playing out from the back, you need to avoid their strengths. So if their strengths are like their midfielders who are pressing high up, then you keep the ball away from them. Make them chase where you're putting the ball. That way, you're creating space for other players to take advantage of, and you can move the ball quickly. That's key. I'm sure you'll agree. Sorry, I forgot your name. Sorry,
Saeed.
Yeah, Saeed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Saeed.
agree.
Saeed.
I think it's a big issue when we are going into the tournament and going to play against better teams. We saw yesterday where the goal come from, and even though John Stones should have done much better, I think a lot of people missed the fact that it was a poor pass from the beginning from the goalkeeper, and he's been doing that in all the games. I mean, poor passing.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that need tightening
We
up.
got
But I think,
Lacazette. We got the new Lacazette in the building. Right? Well, you signing a new thing, are you? You signing it?
No way. I don't want to play on that.
You're not telling us. Actually, is that something you're not telling us, dude?
Yeah.
I'm not playing on the Mikel anymore.
Has he got an Martinelli agenda?
Lacazette out.
No, I mean, there are a lot of things that need ironing out if we are to actually really, really confidently go into these tournaments.
We don't iron them out, though. That's the problem. We never do.
Well, you know, I know, but this is sorry, I keep saying Southgate. This is Southgate. I know. I don't know why. I've got some kind of like finger with his name. I don't get it. But anyway, if he doesn't identify, you know, I mean, I don't know if you'll agree, Saeed, the lack of concentration in these games has been shocking. You can tell the lack of concentration because of the way the first touch, the indecisiveness, and you know, it's just too many things, you know, going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think Southgate, he doesn't have that charisma and that aggression. So when the players are not fired up, he cannot personally fire them up. You know, he doesn't have that swagger in him.
He's too soft.
Yeah, he's too soft. He wants to be the friend. I think maybe he would be like a good assistant coach, you know. But as the main man, he's not the guy. Especially if you want to win things, then that should be the aim.
I mean, let's not forget this manager failed on when he managed Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
actually, wait a sec. Wait. I remember that stint at Middlesbrough. What is that noise? Is that Luca? Luke, can you just mute?
Yeah, please.
When he was at Middlesbrough, I thought he started okay, but then he had the rug pulled from under him because they got rid of, was it Viduka and I can't remember who else, but he lost some really important players, and he was sort of put in a really difficult position. And then once you've got, like, when you've got players like that in your team, and you sort of in a roundabout way rely on, and they go, it knocks the confidence for six and everybody else. So you know, what was he supposed to do? But I'm not defending him for the England position because no. I agree with what Saeed says. He has to grow up there and get more firm with these players, you know, and demand and say, if you don't, next game, if you're not 100% on it, you're out. Get out. There's 20 odd players in that squad. You're not on it, you're out, mate. You're on the bench. Simple. This is what you need. You know,
the manager will lay down the rules and lay down the foundation that where to not to step over the line. I do like the fact that Luca, I'm muting you because of the noise, right? When you want to say, make a point, we'll definitely.
That's right, but I've turned the noise off.
Yeah, but it just keeps crackling it keeps crackling. So, but anyway, I was saying, I think though I have seen with Southgate at times is where he has laid his down. Maybe when they broke COVID rules, I think it was COVID rules they broke at certain points. I think it was Foden and that, and he laid the foundations of like, you know, you're not playing, Rashford's not playing, you're not playing, and he took a big risk, especially when he was playing. I think it was Belgium or something.
Actually, though, Stephen, let me just interrupt you 1 second. Sorry, but you have to take into consideration when they broke those rules, he had no choice because they had to go and isolate. So
no. Even after they went and isolated.
All right, okay. Well, yeah, all right, yeah, but even so.
So it's either that or they did something else. I can't remember. But
yeah, they went to Iceland and they were having girls in their hotel room. It was Foden and Greenwood.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's probably why they did
it. And it was the first time they were called up to the England job. So obviously had no choice to not pick them in the next round.
Yeah.
They are quite lucky that they still have an opportunity to play for the Euros.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, I mean, you know, I'm kind of hoping that because you know what it's like. You play, you're playing for your club. You're 100%. You're giving it your all. Then you go into the national team. Yeah, I can see how it can be a little bit. It's like going from one party to another party, you know, and you're like, oh, okay, you've got to get back up again and start doing all the dancing and all the rest of it. But I'm just hoping that when it comes to the actual
party and dancing, please.
No, when it comes to the actual time where it has to be, you know, when it has to happen, I'm just hoping that they're gonna be able to. So all this like lack of concentration, the poor touches, the indecision, and all that is all going to sort of wane up the more games that they play in the finals themselves. And as it goes along, we'll just get more and more decisive and confident, move the ball quicker, like like a game plan, and just go out, carry it through.
What manager would you take?
For England,
make an attacking, because we're not. If you look at that side, it's not. I don't know why he plays a double pivot, because we are not a defensive side. Our defense is shit. Our defense is shit. Simple as that. So
the reason
what you have to do, play an attacking football, is basically saying, well, we know we're defensively crap, like Brazil have been in the past. Right? If you went to Brazil, they'd fall apart defensively, right? And that's what Germany did to them in 2014. But if we just say, right, we've got Grealish, we've got this, we've got that, we've got all this up front, right? We're going to score more goals than you. You need that sort of an attacking manager. Yeah, at certain points, then you need a manager that's good at squad management, so he can play the attacking football. But in certain moments where we're 2-1 ahead and 10 minutes to go, they can do squad management. But I'm saying is that we need a manager that's going to be expressive and not fearless, not afraid to take risks.
Hold on. I know what you're saying.
You have to take risks to win this tournament.
When you're in that kind of environment in a competition like that, the refereeing is different. So you wouldn't be able to do the same attacking actions, so to speak, as you would in the Premier League, for example. You know, because in these games, the referees, I mean, some of them are so strict, and the opposition know that, so they'll play on it. You look at.
And it's just like you said there as well. We should be with the offensive attacking players we've got. We should be wiping these teams aside. If we took more risks, right, and played more quick, expansive, one-touch football, we would.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we would be. How would you put it? Because we take more risks, the defense, more likely or not, is going to give fouls away. So then you got even more opportunities to put balls in the box and get set pieces in.
Yeah, but even with a double pivot, you can, if you move the ball quickly, right? If you move the ball quickly,
we don't.
That's the problem. When you play with two players that are so close to each other, you're not opening up the opposition, so it's very hard to play.
Luca, what do you think?
Quick.
Luca.
I agree. So it's hard when you do that, but if you use your wide men, what's
the question?
What do you think about with England's setup? Should we just be looking for a manager that could just be more taking risks and being expansive?
You know what I think? It's not just about risks, right? I just look at it right, and I just think maybe with Gareth Southgate, I don't think this guy is the right man for the job. Yes, he took England to the semi-finals of the World Cup, first semi-final since '96.
False start.
But the thing is, we need to be looking for a manager who's going to come in, who's going to take all these risks and take England all the way. Because you've got to take these risks in football. Because if you don't try these things, it's not going to work out, innit? So, which manager would you take? He's got chocolate Easter eggs.
Stephen, behave yourself.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time a pragmatic team won the World Cup or the Euros?
Play the clip.
Sorry. Say it. Hold on, 1 second. Say it.
Pierce the resistance.
Oh, don't do it. Right, get it off.
But 2.
That's outrageous.
Play the clip.
Put him down. Put him down. Let's say he finishes. Let's say he finished what he was saying. Come on.
I'm sorry. I just wind him up all the time. I just wind him up all the time.
Behave, will ya?
Play the clip.
Say what you saying?
I think if you look in the history of both World Cup and the Euros, probably 90% of the time, it's an offensive team that wins the tournament. You have the odd ones with Greece, you have the Italian team as well, but most of the times, you have your Brazil, your Germany, your Spain, it's very France. It's teams that wants to play offensive football, that wants to attack, that wants to take risks. And
that's the thing with what you're saying there. It's right, because when you're in possession of the ball and you're attacking, they have to, if they want to get the ball, the opposition are the ones who have to make the decision to try and get the ball, and in doing so, will no doubt inevitably foul you. They foul you, or you drag them out of position. You keep the ball, you pass it, somebody else moves into the position they've vacated because it's all done quickly, and you make them lose their shape. So again, by being the offensive side, you're like I said this last night about you're like more in control than the defensive side if you're offensive. Because
I just want to finish comment up. This was a really good comment actually. Steve, we actually got good defense. If he plays right defenders, we've got defenders like Dunk. If Lamperty wasn't injured, he should play. I rate James also. He's got other options. He's got a good point actually. Instead of playing the big names, right, that he said he wouldn't do, right, play the ones that are in form. But I think with Arsenal, we used to manage the same one thing and then doing another.
Well, don't forget, we haven't. He has.
What's all of yours back four? Which back four would you pick if you guys were the managers?
James, Shaw. Hang on. James, no, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw. And then I'd put in the middle of Dunk.
Mings. I call Mings.
Mings is a good shout.
Mings and Dunk in the centre of defence. That would be my defence.
I want him at Man United. As a side note, I want a lot of Man United fans don't like the idea of it because they say he's got a mistake in him and all this stuff. But I just think I don't know. There's just something about him that I like, and I think he would do well at United. But again, if we go for a good day, then
I think, and maybe this is a bit controversial, but I would play Stones because of he's been so good this year, and despite his mistake yesterday, he's probably the most comfortable defender with the ball. And I would have probably Mings on the other side with him.
Good shot.
I think I would play Kyle Walker because I think Wan-Bissaka is probably the best defensive wise, but if you want to play offensive football, you don't want to play Wan-Bissaka because it's not that comfortable going forward, basically. And I would play Luke Shaw on the left. I think Luke Shaw is very good this season as well.
Yeah.
But it just shows that we do have good
Options.
Didn't have good
defenders,
options.
options.
It's about the
But
Southgate using and exploiting them. But it's like I said before, is that, and I'm gonna ask you all now, because after this World Cup qualifiers, we've got the England selection, but I'm not worried about that because we could go on forever about how we can. Yeah. What are we gonna do? In terms of manager, what would you pick?
Well, manager-wise, if Gareth Southgate did ever leave, you need to look at maybe someone like English.
I know. Chris Wilder.
You know what? That's actually a bad idea. That was something similar one was going to say, but I wouldn't take Eddie Howe. I don't care what anyone says about that because I don't think he's good enough. I think Chris Winder or
Chris Winder.
Sean Dyche.
You want me at Luca. Chris Wilder.
Wilder.
I don't think Wilder, to be honest.
Him or Sean
Why not? What do you? Sorry, hold on. Say, what do you think?
I think with the core of players that England have right now, I would rather look at someone like Graham Potter.
That's a good shout.
I don't think Graham Potter's not good enough. I think he's rubbish in my opinion.
What?
I think he's
what?
I think, but the thing is this: the reason why, reason why I can talk about Graham Potter is because I used to live in Sweden.
Yeah.
So I actually saw what he did in the Swedish league, and what a lot of people don't understand is that Östersund is a shit team. And they are not even playing in the highest division anymore. Since he's left, they've just gone down. And I saw what he did with them. And then I saw what he did with Swansea. And now I look at what he's doing at Brighton. And I think what a lot of people is missing is that it's not a lot of players that you would take from that Brighton team.
Exactly.
I think he's playing fantastic football with very limited football players. And you can see a clear system. You can see that even though the players are not good enough, he managed to play a good football, but the end product is not there. But in England, we have the end product. You know, we have much better players. We have the Grealishes, we have the Hurricanes, you know, we have your Sterlings. I mean, surely they will score more than your Danny Welbecks and your Neil Maupay and Lanella. I think it would be a good shout.
I also think it'd be a good shout is now I think even Eddie Howe could be a good shout.
No. Yeah, I think he gets a lot of stick.
Whoa! Before everyone shoots us, right? Yes, he didn't help with Bournemouth getting relegated, but now Bournemouth, I think that is because the relationship got stale, right? You know, when bottom teams they have certain managers for so long, eventually everyone works them out, and they end up crucial for getting paid. Now, I think that's what happened with Bournemouth. They got found out with under Eddie Howe, and they should have changed manager before they got the season before they got relegated. But I think with Eddie Howe, when you've looked at it, when he's got them from League One to the Premier League in 2 seasons, right? He kept them in there for about 4 years.
4 years.
Premier League? Yeah, 4 years in the Premier League. So, yeah, and he's played very expansive attacking football. So I don't see why he's not a shout.
I don't know.
I think a lot of people also forgot
very
that.
difficult to get a team from League One straight in. Straight into the Premier League.
Yeah, and Bournemouth had a lot of injuries. I think people forget that as well. They had a lot of injuries the season they went down. And, you know, they had the situation with the Ryan Fraser. They had the situation with Joshua King, you know. A lot of things were going against them.
Do you know what? I'm so glad you said that. Goodbye.
Said what?
Right, this prick.
Said what?
Where's the block off button? Oh, I can't block him off. I'll deal with you later on Twitch.
Why don't I see these? Messages from this person?
Well, no, it's not in the YouTube chat. It's on the Twitch.
Oh, right.
It's on
Oh,
Twitch.
she can't. But no, I understand what you're saying about Eddie Howe and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just think like we need to. I mean, like you say, with Graham Potter and Chris Wilder, it's kind of like it's a bit more. I think they played just a little bit better football than Eddie Howe did. That is at Bournemouth. I think they're a little bit ahead of him.
Do yourself a favour, mate. Go fuck off, you vile human being.
Hold on a second. I think I agree that I think Graham Potter with what he was doing overseas it gives him the edge. I think. So for me, I think but I mean he's too young though. Surely he's too young. I think Graham Potter's got a lot to prove in the league. You know, and I think he needs to be given a chance and an opportunity by a club where there's no pressure but there's money. You know what I mean? I know it doesn't sound like a right balance, that, but let's just say one of your sort of. I mean, even Brighton itself, for example, if they come into a lot of big, they sold it to big investors, and they said, look, there's not, as long as you keep us in the Premier League, we'll give you the funds. You go out and get who you can entice to this club, because we're not a big name and all the rest of it. But if they do that, and like you say, if he had some real quality in key areas, I mean, we could be talking about Brighton being, I mean, as crazy as it might sound, but we could be looking at Brighton being like, getting to the top 4, or even like minimum top 6, which is, I mean, mind you, we got also. I think before I stop talking about Brighton, we give credit to Chris.
Mopo, you're an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat. I hope Brighton get relegated.
What was his name? What was his name?
Oh, sorry.
What was his name? Chris Hughton.
Yeah.
He was at Brighton. Chris Hughton was at Brighton. I think he laid a lot of he was doing great things there at Brighton, but again, it just kind of, things can easily quickly turn sour.
He did also great things at Newcastle and Norwich, and now look at him.
I know.
Well, yeah, but
I think for managers that play pragmatic football, it's easier to sack them than managers that play offensive football.
Mm.
Because if when it goes bad, which it always does for these lower teams, the fans can look at least the football is exciting. But if the football is not exciting, it's going bad, it's very easy to just, it's time to move on from this manager.
Mm.
And I think that's the reason why managers like Chris Hughton is easier to sack them, while someone like Eddie Howe, he got longer. Someone like Graham Potter, he will get more time. But yeah, what do you guys think about someone like Brendan Rodgers then?
For England?
Yeah.
Welsh.
Yeah, but he's British. Or does it have to be an English manager?
It's from Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers is from Northern Ireland.
You know what? That should be good.
Yeah, but again, I can see where you're coming from. But again, I think when we're talking about these potential managers, are they ready to sort of lay down their sort of their dreams and aspirations for what they want to do with teams in the league? Because it's a big difference, isn't it?
I know. I think maybe what could get someone like Rodgers to want to take the job is that he wants to win titles. He wants to prove that he's up there with the best managers. And I think if he were to, let's say, win a World Cup with England, he would after that easily be able to get a job with a Man U or a Man City or one of the biggest teams out there.
Yeah, I mean, it would obviously help his CV. There's no doubt about that. But it's the because what you do is, in my opinion, is when you're in that kind of position where you're managing a group of people and trying to get them to be the best they can and identifying the strengths and weaknesses and all the rest of it. It's something that you have to keep for your own personal sort of advancement. You have to keep doing it, keep going, because you learn yourself as you teach somebody else something. You're learning yourself about how did I get that person to do that. This is what happens. It's like, you know, like for example, we'll take the master, Alex Ferguson. You know, he would have, every time he did something with players and said something, got performance out of them, he would have been thinking, "Oh, right, yeah, okay, I know what to say to this."
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all about it's a huge.
Should we go and get Sir Alex then?
Yeah, no chance. What, me manage England? You're out of your mind. That's what I'd say. No way.
Oh, Gav, you just fell for it, you fucking idiot.
Fell for what?
You idiot. You April Fool's idiot, right? Right? I did it, like, even that's why I was laughing, right? Like, you really think I'm that stupid, right? Look.
Oh my God. I missed something.
Fuck, right, man, what you doing, man? You don't, man.
What did Barger put? Mike has all the makings of wonderful.
What the fuck?
If I was you now, delete your Twitter, right? Delete your YouTube, and go and start.
His contacts, man. I need his contacts.
Oh, mate, that's not good. That's gonna get clipped. That's bad.
Clip it.
He's gonna clip it.
Oh dear.
All right, but
is it also a worrying that we don't have?
You know who I'm talking about. There's certainly someone who definitely will want me to say that.
Yeah.
Even.
Well,
God, do you see it as something that is a bit worrying that we don't have many good England managers that we feel like, wow, this manager would be
I do feel that, but then for me, I do see some of them eventually get. I see Graham Potter being a very good manager. I also see, and people might have a go at Eddie Howe, but I've always rated him as a manager when he was at Bournemouth. Right? Yeah. It's just that last season he should have left, and but yeah, there's a couple there that have got the potential. Just gonna read this out because it's a friend of mine, George. Nice to see you got your first day at work today. Nice to know. And
Stephen, please.
Anyone who does want to.
Stephen, sorry, just mute Luca's mic, because it's driving me insane.
Yeah, please hit the like button.
Don't unmute your mic, Luke, because it's driving me insane. All I can hear is this constant clicking sound in my ears.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up there anyway because we've been on for an hour now. But yeah, please, everyone, do hit the subscribe button. Do hit the like button, please. It might be, it might not just be you, Luke. It just might just be because of the connection or something. Like StreamYard could be temperamental at times. But yeah, please hit the like button. I was going to say, Luke, go subscribe to Luca's Life. This is Luca's Life on YouTube. Go check that out. Make sure you put Luca with an apostrophe and an S. Right? Otherwise, you won't find it. Go check out my Football Romance Talkman News account and channel. Go and check that out now. But make sure you hit the like button here. Make sure you are
smash it. Really helps us out. Thanks.
Where can you find? Where can we find Saeed?
Yeah, where can we find you, mate?
You can only find me on Instagram. I don't have any Twitter. I don't have any YouTube channel.
It's probably a good thing, mate. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Well, you can find me on Instagram. I'm friends with Steven on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see maybe in the future if I do something else. But for now, I'm happy to
Mm-hmm.
be here. Support Stephen. He's
Yeah.
a great lad.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're
Thank
right.
you, sir.
You're right.
Thank you.
Well said, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, and I can't do it without all you guys, right? You've got us over 800 so far, right? We're so close to 1,000 now, right? Let's like go full out, share it as much as you can, get people involved, right? Get as many of your family members or friends or whatever, go and subscribe, right? It's for free, it's for charity, it's literally, we are 193 away from monetizing his channel and getting charity donations to CLDF and potentially saving people's lives in the long run. That's what it comes down to. So go, please, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. So I can't stress it more. But we'll be back at 6:45 with the original Rest for You. Take care.
Ciao for now.
I did that out.
Bye-bye.